What is up, anybody and everybody? It's your boy, Magnetar Starheart of Magnetic Service. And yes, I am and will always be in love with humanity. That means we love everybody. We don't necessarily like everybody. And we know for damn sure there's plenty of people who do not like us. So I have not recorded a video in a long time. It's been a wild ride. There's a few things I want to talk about. Mainly it's that times are getting crazy. Everything's getting more wild. Every day seems a little more prophetic. It seems like these are the end of days. Endings are just new beginnings. So, but see, we've still got 3I Atlas, that comet that's just bizarre. I was seeing the other day, we've been taking a lot of solar flares. So I was seeing something about the magnetosphere. Some may call the firmament is like down 80%. Shields are down. Okay, so then when we get hit by solar flares, it affects us more. And when the solar flares hit, they cause vibrations and interactions with the planet. So we're getting more earthquakes, some bigger ones. It sounds like Alaska's been lit up. I think there was a volcano, Ethiopia that was stirring. The Ring of Fire is getting a little wild. You know, we could be going into a pole shift. I don't know. But the veil is thinning. And it has been for a while. It really is spiritual warfare out here. And anyone who wants to doubt on that, that's fine. You can just look across all of humanity. And people have... It's normal, actually, to believe in a god or deities or have some kind of spiritual or religious practice. That's not the weird. That's not weird. That's not abstract or unusual. That's the norm. So when people talk about their faith or their beliefs, that's normal. That's not a weird thing. That's fine if people want to be atheists. That's fine, but things like atheism, and that's not to knock on it, but that's actually more of the outlying beliefs for most of all of humanity for all of time that we know. But people out here are possessed AF. They really are. There is so much possession going on. It's when you actually really start to see it, you can't deny it. So I'm a little scratchy. But there's a lot, I believe in source. I believe in God. I don't care what you want to call it. When I say source, that is everything. But when you get to other deities and things, again, you don't have to believe in multi-dimensional life, but there's a lot of proof that there is much more than just this plane of existence. So there are higher level beings, entities, deities on multiple sides. Some could be good, some are bad, some are in between. It's many, many different things. Just like people are all over the spectrum. But if you do look around at some things, like some things are getting righted that have been wronged. And I see some of that. I've been keeping track of like some of the Twitch sphere drama and the streamer drama, and MFers are losing it. There's like just so many people they're just outing themselves. A lot of stuff I think people are just, they can't keep it together. So there's so many grifters out here. The grifters just can't keep it together. And they're just self-reporting, self-snitching. They put it on camera. They put it on the internet. And then they get mad at other people because they like get called out. It's fucking stupid. If you don't want to get called out for doing or saying shitty things, one, either don't do or say those things, or if you do, don't self-report and put it all over the fucking internet. Then you're mad, like, well, I put this on the internet and then people are mad at me. Duh. Grow up. That's why I don't really give a shit. Because I have always just been me through and through. Not a perfect motherfucker, pardon my language, but me. My reputation precedes me. My character precedes me. Anyone who knows me knows who I am consistently. I don't have a big friend circle right now. I have friends, though. I have people I communicate with. I have met countless people in this world. And I've had countless friends. So you could always go to anyone across the board and you could ask about me. And you will always get the same story. I don't have different versions of myself for different people. For the most part. You know, we'll have certain... You're at work, you're going to act a certain way and this, but like, no, I am who I am. So I don't give a shit. And I don't care if people want to like say whatever about me, bad things, or like if motherfuckers lie about me, it's fine because I have hundreds of people that would be like, well, that doesn't sound like his character at all. And it's like hundreds of them would be like, Chris has never done that. He's never done that to me. I've never seen him do another person. Da 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 da. And so then you can tell like what's the truth and what's a lie. Well, are hundreds of people making up shit, or is it one person that's saying something that doesn't match the rest of the story? Duh. So anyways, you gotta remember about me, I don't consider anybody my enemy. I'm sure there's people out there who consider me their enemy. That's not my prerogative. That's not my fault. That's not my business. I can't change how other people think and how they act. That's on them, and that's between them and God. All right, this lifetime is just one of many, okay? We are infinite. We are eternal. It's like energy. Cannot be destroyed or created. It's all here. It's all God. So, it's just, there's so much going on. So many prophetic things. And if you don't believe in God, like people who don't believe in God by now, it's probably because it's just, they've had a very just vanilla, which is fine, like just not out of the ordinary life. But so many people have had experiences that are just unexplainable. And at this point, it should be clear. Like you should see the signs. There should be signs that God is talking. God is saying, hey, hi. Like, I don't know. I see numbers, for example. I see a lot of things, but that's an easy one. Like, look at the number. Look at the signs. Are they saying something? Look to the skies. Look to the heavens. Are they saying things? God can be very loud. Very loud. It can be a nice, peaceful day. Some shit happens, and then here comes the thunder and lightning. Sorry, I'm a little hyphy, but you'll see signs. God will speak. You should listen. Because this is just one life of many. And when at a certain point, like karma is real, there's a formula to it, so not everything's instant, but some things are, and some things they're just letting it build. It's like God's like, well, give you an opportunity. Let's give you a chance. Let's give you a chance. Yes, no, yes, no, okay. And then when it hits, it's a fucking downpour. Again, pardon my language. And people may not give it all in this lifetime, but they're not going to make it out of here alive. None of us are. And so then you might find yourself in another realm, and then that shit comes and hits you. If you've never done things like ayahuasca or DMT or psychedelics, which do allow you to pierce the veil, if you haven't, go listen to stories of people who have. There's a lot of stories that people have the same experiences, or they'll be different, but there'll be a lot of like reoccurring themes and stuff like that, like the Dark Carnival. You go there and it's like a dark carnival, jesters and jokers, and that's what it's like. And you can talk to countless people and they'll all recount that. They're like, oh yeah, like that was my first experiences. My last experience, I got put into the cosmic wash. So I was like spinning, just shapes, colors. I could barely hold on to my consciousness, my conscious awareness. And it was kind of scary. And even though it only lasted like a few minutes of sorts, it felt like a long time. So when you're outside of time, which you can emulate pretty easy, just sit in a dark room, close your eyes, meditate, no sound, no nothing, no thoughts. That's infinity. So, while I don't believe in like eternal hell, there are hell realms. There are moments outside of time where everything comes back to haunt a motherfucker, and you can get lost in that for a long time, where it may not be infinity, but it'll feel like it. It could be there filling for like 1,000 years. You think 100 years on this lifetime is a long wait until you pop over to the next one. And you're like, now you're actually really in a hell realm, but it's lasting for what seems like infinity. Because you could go for like 1,000 years. That's not infinity. It's not even close. That'd feel like forever. It'd feel like forever after a few days. So it's just things to think about, that there is so much suffering that doesn't have to happen, but people inflict it on themselves and then they inflict it on other people, and there will be repercussions. But there is always salvation, which means look at shit and be like, oh, what's really going on here? What have I done? What are these people doing? What do I need to course correct? And not get stuck in some of these places that are not fun. And that's real. And motherfuckers may not think it's real, and then they're going to get there and they're going to go, oh shit, it's real. And then they're stuck. You're going to be there. And it will not be fun. And that was when I'm like spinning in the cosmic wash, I had a thought that came to me from like outside. It was like inside but outside. So it was like from me, but it's what I was getting from the whole thing. It was like, do you want to be stuck in here forever? Do you want to be lost like this and just like tumbling very uncomfortably and helpless? No. So you need to course correct. That's what I got out of it, and that's what I've been doing. And remember, I said, no, I don't consider anyone my enemy. I don't ever come after people. I don't. I've entangled with people in my lifetime where people, for whatever reasons, have plenty of times. Again, I've told stories, at least on my other channels. Like I've had lots of interactions, lots of encounters, and and I've had people fuck with me for no reason. And I'm like, why is this person fucking with me? And then they will. And then, but sometimes people will mess with you, and then they'll think that like that you're just like a pushover, and it's like, no, what? Who said that? Who gave you that idea? Because I was just being like nice and chill, and I'm just like seeming passive because I'm just like minding my fucking business, and I'm respectful, and I don't start a bunch of drama. That makes some people like, oh, look at easy target. And then they're like, oh, was it an easy target? Is it an easy target? And if you don't know, you look at the signs, because there will be dreams, there will be numbers, there will be manifestations in the sky and other things that will tell you directly. It's not even like hinting at, it's like this. That's your warning from God. So, again, I can get along with most people. I'm allergic to assholes. And I'm allergic to people who just go start shit for no reason. But yeah, I've had people just mess with me for no, and I didn't even know they were messing with me at times at first. I'm like, and then I realized, I was like, oh, this person was messing with me because they got some demons. They're on demon time. That's their shit. And they're going to have to deal with it in this lifetime or the next. So just be mindful out here, guys. It is spiritual warfare. Don't go barking up a bunch of wrong trees. But you know, there are solutions, there are paths forward for peace and for just things to be good. That's what I do. I have a lot of things I'm trying to work on. Maybe my next video, I'll talk about some Jedi shit. I did meet, and he wanted me to mention this because I met the baddest MFer. And our stories were very similar. Very similar stories. Even to the lightning. The lightning, again, it's like if lightning starts coming and striking at places, you should pay attention because that's a sign. So, anyways, I'm going to tell a story about him because it's pretty fun. So there's some good things coming. I'm excited because I know I'm on my mission. I'm on my path. If I was not on my path, if I did not have my protection, if I was not a prayer warrior, I would not be sitting here right now. So that should be a sign. And this is not like an antagonistic thing. This is just raw truth. Is it? I don't have a bunch of people, like I'm not an eat the rich kind of person. I have the philosophy of like boundaries, and it's like, my thing is like, I'm going to be over here doing my thing. Leave me alone. You go over there and you do that over there and don't cross the line. I don't even want to know about what shit you got going over there. But when your shit is spilling into everything else, then it's like, okay, well, no, you're not containing your shit. You're not keeping your shit together, and it's spilling all over. And eventually people will be like, no, okay, this has got to get cleaned up. Think about that. Pay attention to the signs. They're a sign of the times. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't have a bunch of people. I'm not out for anybody. I've just had people that have like come after me. Like it was just one person. For whatever reason, initially, I don't even know. And then it just turns into a big mess. And then it turns into a big mess for a bunch of people. You get one rotten apple that spoils a bunch. There's a reason for that. You get mold on this one fruit, and then it starts molding and infecting everything else. Why did that? I don't know, because you didn't clean house. If your house isn't clean, it's going to get dirty, and then people are going to notice. Then you got HOA, like, look, you got this shit, and then it turns into a big mess. Like I said, so I'm not of eat the rich. I'm not out here trying to save the world. I'm just trying to do my shit, which is to help people. Here's my politics: clean air, fresh water, nutritious food, warmth and shelter, and basic medical. That's my politics. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm trying to do. And that is like just to help everything and everybody and the planet and all its inhabitants. And that's why, even if I do have people out here that consider me an enemy, there's a reason I have very strong allies. I may look like I am like a black sheep. I am a waylander, a wanderer, and it may look like a motherfucker. It's just solo dolo, and he has like no protection and no. But I'm sure you should look again. But again, these things, you got to be careful. People need to be careful, and I'm saying this sincerely, of what they're out here doing, because this shit will go back on them. And you can, and I've said this before, you can bless your entire bloodline or you can curse it. And there are people out here cursing their bloodline, and it will, like, and you should see signs of that. You start looking at like your own kin, and there's things happening with them, like, what's wrong with my child? Why is this happening? What's going on here? Well, again, God is talking directly. It's not subtly, like specifically talking to you. So you should listen. You should give thanks to even be here. That's what I do every day. I'm just grateful to be here. But I'm not out trying to like Batman a bunch of shit. I'm out here just trying to help people in a way that's just like, I just want to grow food and help people at their farms. And yeah, and then if a bunch of people's bullshit leaks out, I'm saying that's fucking dumb. Stop. Like, clean house, get your shit figured out, and quit fucking around with people that just are minding their business. Because it will come back one way or another. So anyways, it's all love. Just pay attention. It's spiritual warfare. You gotta just don't get entangled with a bunch of gobbledygook, because then it just comes back. Like I said, it's all love here. There is salvation. We are all God. We're all a piece of God. There's just people that are fallen. And we can't save everybody, but there's people like me, people like my homie who did want to be mentioned. He is a Jedi. Awesome. Long time burner. And I'm going to talk some more with him or about him, and it will be good. So pay attention to that, because really cool things coming. But yeah, there are some of us that are out here. We don't feel trapped here. We are not trapped here. We did not originate here. We came here with purpose. And when you're in higher dimensions, and like, you can choose paths. So, and I've got some good material I could share, and I'll look into it, so you can be a higher dimensional being, and then you can see a path. You're like, oh, and you can see how it's all laid out. And then you can just be like, you can just live that out. So even if things seem uncertain, you're like, well, why did this happen? What's this? But you'll start seeing that, like, God is always working around you, and always, as long as you're staying in the alignment of that path, God will just clear obstacles. Read the Bible. It talks about it all the time. Miraculous things. Signs in the sky. So just love each other. Try to do good. Our time here is short. But I, for one, do believe that we die. I believe with the Buddhists, we die, we get reincarnated, we get recycled, and you go into a whole thing about why and what and all. It doesn't matter. That is a thing. So again, when you like bless your bloodline or you curse it, it's good odds that like you're gonna for one, you get stuck in the ethers for like what feels like an infinity. And then when you do get cycled back around, because that could feel like a million years like of hell. You're like, it's not even close to infinity. It's not forever hell. 1,000, imagine 1,000,000. So you could be in what feels like hell for 1,000,000 years. What feels like 1,000,000 years. What feels like infinity. And then come back in however many years later on Earth time. And it's like the blink of an eye. So then you might be some years on Earth time, right? But then you get re-encycled back into your own bloodline, and then you're cursed because you have helped curse that bloodline. So then you're just like, it's a downward spiral. It's not good. And there are people like me and others that are trying to lift that back up. So it's like, it's like when someone's drowning and you're trying to save them, and they're like trying to push you under because they're so scared. That almost can be interpreted like, this person's trying to kill me because they are so fucking lost. But you have to realize, you have to have the higher perspective, and like, no, it's what it looks like, but they are just fallen. They're lost. Might be going through some possession. They are compartmentalized. That they're just struggling. They're in that ocean. They're in that abyss, and they're trying to get air. They're trying to get breath. God. And so it's not easy for some of us to do what we do, because we have to take a lot of shit. And we've taken a lot of shit passively because we are peaceful. We are peaceful warriors, though. That's what we've done. Humanity has been at war for so long. So many of us have directly felt that, whether in this lifetime or others. So there are many of us who are warriors, but we're peaceful. We're not out trying to invade. We're just holding our space and trying to build that space out beautifully. So it's like, oh, here's our little space here. We see her next door, and you like what we going on here. Like, we could incorporate that you could come incorporate into our nice space. But we're not just invading into you. That's about it. 25 minutes. Y'all be loved. Just talk to God. Pray on it, meditate on it, sleep on it. Pay attention to the signs. God will speak back. You are loved. Everybody, regardless of anything anyone's ever done or who they are, doesn't matter. God's love is unconditional, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't like have boundaries and it just takes all the shit. It's unconditional, but it's not a pushover kind of love. Mag out.